Hey y'all, hey, welcome back to the channel. So guys, this is going to be a quick video. I just want to get in and get out, okay? I appreciate y'all for coming in. Please hit the like button as you enter. It does help this video get out to more people. It does help this channel grow. My original goal for subscribers, hashtag you guys, YouTube family members, cousins, was 125,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I don't know if I'm going to get there the way it looks, but that's fine. I'm here to give you the news that you can use and hopefully share out to other people. So I should have titled this video, The Lies, the Lies, the Lies, in the words of Candy Burris, because I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening here in North Carolina. It's a lot of misinformation. It's a lot of truth mixed with the misinformation. And I can't say I'm here to clear all of that up. What I can say is I found some things. I want to share those things with you. So as you enter, again, please hit that like button. It's almost like Hurricane Helene is gone and forgotten, because you know our attention span is very short. And that being said, we are on to Hurricane Milton that's hitting Florida. If you hear growling, that's my stomach. Anyway, I've been fasting all day and I'm hungry. So hey, welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, when I typed in to get an update, the only thing that would come up is Hurricane Milton. I understand this is a category 5 hurricane. Okay. I do have updates on that as well, but I want to kind of, because I'm in North Carolina in the mountains, and I want to make sure I keep that out there, that there is still help needed. Now, while they do have in certain areas, they have an overflow of supplies. They mainly need now is generators, fuel, warm clothes, heaters, because y'all, it's getting down into the 40s and the 50s here and where I am. And so they're about 71 miles from me. So therefore, they're going to be even colder there. And there are people who don't even have a roof over their head. So also tents would help as well, to have, you know, a little bit of structure over you and your family, if you can find your family. And I'm trying to figure out why I have not seen those huge like party tents and stuff like that, or military tents that have heating, cooling in them. I haven't seen any of that on the news. Well, matter of fact, they haven't been showing anything, because all they're talking about is category 5 Milton right now. So that's why I'm here. Let's talk about Helene for a minute, and then we'll get into Mr. Milton. So I'm going to share my screen from what I could find. This is like the only thing I could find. And I read it. Usually I don't read it. I read it with you guys, but I just kind of skimmed over it. I don't know if they're telling us the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Cover up the screen. So how are y'all doing today? I'm sorry. I just jumped right in because I've been out doing Uber Eats, trying to get this money up so I can go and visit my son, first of all, because he needs his mama, and my mother, who is at home. And thank y'all for prayers over her. My sister actually had her do a video and send it. And although she looks weak, she said she was fine. So, but I still want to lay eyes on her myself. And I hope that I can do that, because I know my daughter has to work. So I got to figure that out. Logistics. So let's get into it. Oh, and also I want to, in this video, I will be sharing, because the misinformation is, like I said, truth and falsehoods mixed in. Two things can be true. Okay. A lie and truth. They both can be true, depending on who, you know, what you believe. So we're going to discuss FEMA not having money. Yes or no? Is that true? We're going to discuss, no, I already discussed that about Tennessee sending National Guard to the Middle East. But we're going to discuss the money that is supposed to be allotted to the survivors of Hurricane Helene compared to the monies that flow to Ukraine or flow to migrants. So let's just get into it so we can be done. It's late. I thought I'd let you know what we're going to discuss. Okay, so all I could find, like you can see over here on the side, put a 1 in the chat if you can see it. You can see over here, everything is pretty much MILTON. FBI foils alleged ISIS-inspired election day. The latest on MILTON, Helene. So what they're saying is death toll surpasses 230 as rescue efforts continue. 230 what? Are you serious? They're saying more than 230 people have been killed from Hurricane Helene. So they instead of just saying it's 230, they're saying more. It's a play on words to keep from telling you we don't know the official number, but we know it's in the thousands. Go on and say it. We grown. Don't mince words. So I'm just going to read it. It says more than 230 people have been killed from Hurricane Helene, from the devastation across Florida. Oh, they're combining that number between Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, and Tennessee. 230 people out of all them states. Okay. Again, the lies. Helene, which made landfall in Florida's Big Bend region last week, it's been about 11, 12 days now, as a massive Category 4 hurricane, has become the deadliest mainland hurricane since Katrina in 2005. And I guess they'll say the same thing for this new one. On Wednesday, Vice President visited, where she visited? Georgia. I don't want to read it. Vice President Kamala Harris will travel to Georgia to survey the impacts of Hurricane Helene and receive an on-the-ground briefing. So what that means is we're going to come to your area. We're going to shut down your area, because this is what happened in North Carolina, in Western North Carolina. When the president is coming in, vice president, whoever, governor, they shut the airspace down. So that means the helicopters that are delivering or saving lives has to land somewhere else so that they can come in. I'm going to leave that there. The statement did not say exactly where Harris will visit. President Joe Biden is set to visit North Carolina and South Carolina on Wednesday as well. Harris' competitor in the presidential race, Donald Trump, visited Valdosta, Georgia on Monday. So this is just an update on everything that's happening, or has happened. So on October 1st, public health emergency was declared in South Carolina and Tennessee in the wake of Helene. They say we will do all we can to help officials in South Carolina and Tennessee respond to the health impacts of Hurricane Helene. We are working closely with state and local health authorities, as well as with our partners across the federal government, and stand ready to provide additional public health and medical support. And then also on October 1st, there were 6,300 National Guardsmen mobilized for recovery efforts. Now, mind you, there were a lot that went over to the Middle East. Tennessee could really use them, but they sent them away. And see, there has been more than 6,300 members of the National Guard mobilized in an effort to support ongoing disaster relief, rescue, and recovery efforts in the aftermath of Hurricane Helene. There will be guardsmen from 12 different states moving into the South to help, especially in North Carolina. We continue to stand by the people and communities of North Carolina. I do have a video of actual residents in that area telling you what they were told. Now, mainstream media and political people, they get upset when regular folk who in the area going through it tell you what's happening, and then they label it as misinformation. Because what do they know? They just happen to be there. Put a 1 in the chat if you can see that. Okay, so everybody's trying to fact check everybody. And if it doesn't fit a certain narrative, then it's misinformation or it's just plain out lies. So the claim, Americans affected by Hurricane Helene receive only $750 in aid. That tweet went out on the 2nd by conservative commentator Benny Johnson. It includes a clip of Vice President Kamala Harris talking about financial assistance for victims of Hurricane Helene. Kamala, this is what the tweet said. Kamala just told Americans they will be receiving $750 to those who truly need it for hurricane relief. So we can send, and this is in quotations, we can send billions to Ukraine, but Americans who have lost everything only get $750, question mark, exclamation mark. That post has gotten more than 80,000 likes in 5 days. When they reached out to him, he didn't leave a comment. Okay, so they want to fact check Benny. And this is what they said. They said it was false. They said the $750 payments are the initial support provided under the new FEMA program, not the sole financial assistance available. Applications can be made for multiple additional forms of financial support for those affected. I have a problem with that. Okay. Like I said, 2 things can be true. The $750 payments can be true because they are true. But what they're trying to say is he left out the last part of it. The last part of it is still bad. It's still bad. The fact that you can lose everything or some of your things and you only receive $750, but they're saying we have additional funds. So let me get to that. Hurricane Helene cut a path of destruction. Yada, yada, yada. We're not going to go over all that. The death toll surpassed 200 as of October 7th. We know that's a lot. And losses attributed to the storm may exceed 30 billion. But you sent 300 billion or more to Ukraine. I have a thing that says how much they've sent to Ukraine since the war started. Okay, so what they're saying is among the financial assistance program listed on USAID.gov are emergency food assistance, unemployment benefits, mortgage assistance, home repair loans, and small business loans. The website includes links to check eligibility and apply for the programs. The problem is people don't have time to apply for the programs, other than putting down the fact that you actually live there so that you don't have people coming in and scamming saying they live there and they actually didn't, and taking money from people who really, really need it. So they're saying that he cut off part of her statement. So the fact check said, no, Biden didn't say he's done sending aid to Hurricane Helene victims. Harris continued describing what kind of purchases would qualify as immediate needs, because in her thing, she said There will be additional funds for immediate needs, but up here, they got to apply for it, right up in here. They got to apply for it. Did Ukraine apply for every individual? Did they just ask for money? Y'all gave it to them. But anyway, neither here nor there. So FEMA is also providing tens of thousands more dollars for folks to help them be able to deal with home repair. And I have a video concerning that. To be able to cover the deductible when and if they have insurance, and also hotel costs. The $750 payments are part of the Serious Needs Assistance Program, which is a new offering announced by FEMA and the Department of Homeland Security back in January, along several reforms intended to cut red tape. So that was supposed to get the funds out faster to the people so they can be more flexible. Okay. $750. I just lost everything I have. Everything I have. But all I can get initially is $750, and everything else I have to apply for and see if I get approved. Not apply and you're going to get it. Apply and see if you are approved. FEMA also disputed the claim that these funds were the only assistance being provided in a post on HELENE connected rumors. The Instagram post also references billions of dollars in financial support sent to Ukraine in its ongoing war with Russia. President Joe Biden announced a new $8 billion military aid package for the country just hours before HELENE made landfall. FEMA, which is part of Homeland Security, dismissed any suggestion that the funding for Ukraine affected the money available for disaster relief. So FEMA just gave proof of what Benny, the guy in the beginning, said happened. He said they sent billions. Now, he might have been off with his numbers, but they did send $8 billion in military. Do y'all see that right here? But they're saying he lied up there and said it was false. That's why I say two things can be true. It's disgusting. So they're saying, well, we got this money over here, has nothing to do with disaster relief over there. But they passed a bill a while back allowing them in a time of need to pull funds from other things to apply it somewhere else. I mean, how else did they get the money for Ukraine? They pulled it from somewhere else. So why can't you not send $8 billion in military aid to Ukraine and send some of that money over there? Instead, you're making people here wait. Well, they can get $750 and then they can apply if they have access to internet or phones, which some people still don't. It's ridiculous. So USA Today has debunked misinformation related to Hurricane Helene, including several videos falsely presented as showing the storm and its after effects, which I agree. There are a lot of fake videos out there showing, the AI generated images showing the storm damage and the flooding and all of that. I agree with it. But that other stuff, FEMA just proved that Biden sent billions over to Ukraine. Okay, moving on. All right, here. Just one number. This is how much money has been sent to Ukraine by the United States. Since the war began, the U.S. Congress has voted through 5 bills and have provided Ukraine with ongoing aid, doing so most recently in April of 2024. And, this was probably printed before, October 27th. The total budget authority under these bills, the headline figure often cited by news media, is $175 billion. Is how much they're saying the U.S. has sent. I think we really don't know how much the U.S. has sent. Let me just clear that off while I'm going. That way I don't have to look through that. So how much money has the U.S. given migrants? That might not be it, but let's see. Competitive awards process. Can y'all see that? Wait a minute, let me back up, make sure y'all can see it. Yep, y'all can see it. Okay. So if you accept these migrants in, we're going to give you $300 million in direct funding, $340 million for a new competitive award process. DHS continues to provide unprecedented resources to support border and interior communities while calling on Congress to act. Today, and this is April 12th, 2024, the Department of Homeland Security through FEMA and the U.S. Customs and Borders Protection announced $300 million in grants through, now where does money come from? But you can't find no money to just give these people. Through the Shelter and Services Program, which was authorized by Congress to support communities that are providing services to migrants. $275 million will be distributed in the first allocation, and the remaining $25 million will be allocated later in the year to accommodate evolving operational requirements, whatever that means. The initial funding will be available to 55 grant recipients for temporary shelter. I think it's a lot of people need shelter right now. And other eligible costs associated with migrants awaiting the outcome of their immigration proceedings. Additionally, DHS is announcing $340.9 million through the Shelter and Services Program, competitive grant program, to be allocated before the end of the fiscal year. So this is an announcement in response to feedback from recipients in terms of providing additional flexibilities and an opportunity for new recipients through the competitive program while continuing to require budget submissions and review prior to releasing funds. I'm looking in here for the applications. Let me see. Last year, more than $780 million was awarded through the SSP, that's the Shelter and Emergency Food and Shelter Program Humanitarian Award, which went to organizations in cities across the country. So they can magically come up with money, print this money out, and give it to the immigrants. Well, migrants, let me change that up. The non-citizens. But then you go over here. Hold on. Well, they're giving the $750. We already talked about it. They're giving the $750, and then they can apply for anything else that they need, the necessities that they may need outside of whatever the $750 is supposed to do. I just say that. Put a 1 in the chat if you can see it. Let me pull it up and see if I can see it. Okay, is my mute off? Turn it up.
Not donate your time. We don't want you to donate.
Okay, so this is what she's saying. FEMA came in and told them.
But they were like, do not donate your time. We don't want you to donate time unless we ask for you. And we don't want you to donate stuff to other people. You need to just donate money and stuff to us and get your instructions from us and listen to us. What? And then they said yesterday, we don't go into areas that the roads are not easily accessible. What? You are the disaster relief people. Like, that is your job, to go into the areas that are hit by disaster.
In the aftermath of Hurricane Helene, small North Carolina mountain towns found themselves isolated, roads washed away, power knocked out, and supplies dwindling. Residents desperate for help waited for rescue.
If you have ever stepped foot in these Appalachian Mountains and hiked them, We need you here. We need foot. We need people on foot. If you have ever hiked the Rocky Mountains, get here. We need you. We need people experiencing hiking. There's only a few ways to these people. It is through foot, horseback, or helicopter.
And that's what I was telling y'all in the other video. People are using pack mules to get up into the hills because roads have been washed away. But yet everybody, not in this video, but everybody I've seen in different videos has said, yeah, we saw FEMA, but then we didn't see FEMA. Like FEMA would come out, they would ask people what they need, write that down, and they never saw them again. It's crazy.
But help never came for a lot of people. Hours turned into days, days turned into a week, and still no local, state, or federal aid for thousands of people in the area. Along with that, you had talk about FEMA being broke. That started to spread around as it was announced the agency was on.
Let me pause. Right here, when they said FEMA is, when I did the one about FEMA and they have all this money and stuff and they've been giving and giving and giving
Funds.
We are meeting the immediate needs with the money that we have. We are expecting another hurricane hitting. We do not have the funds. FEMA does not have the funds to make it through the season.
Yeah, I'm with you, Britney Spears.
American citizens grew angry, finding out nearly $1.5 billion of FEMA money was allocated to illegal immigrants, while VP Kamala Harris said residents impacted by Helene could apply for up to $750 in aid.
And the federal relief and assistance that we have been providing has included FEMA providing $750 for folks who need immediate needs being met.
Jesus Christ. That is so laughable. Are you serious right now? Like, that's not even my mortgage. And some people don't even have a house anymore. What in the world?
Y'all, that Biden-Harris administration, they ain't worth a damn half a penny.
I'm gonna leave it right there with what she said. Oh my gosh. That's insane. That is insane. Okay. So let's move on to the next thing. We ain't gonna beat them up too bad. Yep, it's beyond belief. Beyond belief. Okay, I feel for everybody involved. I honestly do. I tear up, even though I'm laughing, keep from crying, but I tear up when I think about it. And I tear up because I still see so many people that's here where I am, 71 miles away, because they can't go back to their homes yet. And the ones that do, there are a lot of people there that's helping, but you have to wonder about the hazards in all of that helping people too, because you have toxic chemicals, you know, the water it knocked everything. You have fuel in the water. You have everything that's possibly could happen is happening right now in that one area. But it's many areas that's going through that. It's whole towns that have been pretty much wiped out because their homes were right on the riverbanks. Okay, so let's just go see what's going on with Milton, because I feel like Helene's going to be forgotten about, even though people are still struggling with it. And FEMA can say all they want, that they are there and they are helping. In the videos that they show on mainstream media of the National Guard storing items into a place, some of those items came from churches, came from people who in the community who weren't that affected and were starting to do things themselves because it's like they didn't see anybody coming to help them. So they jump in and they help each other. They're cutting trees out the road. They're doing this, they're doing that. They're putting supplies together, and then FEMA come in and take some of those supplies. But that's false information. Let me stop. I'm spreading false information to Two things can be true at the same time. And that's how I feel. Okay. Hurricane Milton. And then we'll be done. We can get on up out of here. Cover that. Cover the migrants. I'm just trying to make sure I cover everything I want to cover. Covered the aid to Ukraine. Here we go. I think I had 2 stories on Milton, but we'll start here. So Hurricane Milton, thousands evacuate. Florida braces for a monster category 5. They said it's going to be worse than Helene. They said it was going to drop down in wind speeds, and the Cat 5 was going to drop to a Cat 3 or 4, and then it did drop to a 4. I'm just giving you the synopsis before I get into it. And then it did drop to a 4, and now it's back at a 5. So y'all, I don't know. I've been out all day, so I'm seeing this with y'all. So they say Milton re-strengthened into a Cat 5 hurricane late Tuesday afternoon as it moved toward western Florida. Governor DeSantis warned the state's residents that time is running out for them to evacuate. And let me stop. Let me say this. I'm not trying to pit anybody against the next person. Everybody needs to come together. It should not be red, blue. It should not be any politics in it, but we see politics in it because it is a political season. And we are voting for the next president of the United States. So you see them making these trips, stopping work from happening, making these trips. I know that's a part of their job, but you know, I never really paid any attention to, oh, the president went to whatever, until I got more into doing these news stories like this. And I see more than I probably want to see, honestly. And I just don't bring it to y'all. But everybody in these communities, whether they are red or blue, whether they are white or black, Asian or whatever, everybody is working together in the community because there's a need. And I need for the red and the blues that fly, that swoop in to shake hands, to see that these people need help. Like the one lady said, we don't want a handout. We want a hand up. But $750 is not a hand up. It is a slap in the face, basically, is what it is. When you do see all these funds, money coming from places that you don't know where it's coming from, and then being sent out, and then your own people here who work and pay into it can't get the $750 and then apply for the rest. Where they gonna send it to? How they gonna? I mean, some of them don't have phones. They're gonna mail it to them. They don't have homes. They need help right now. And it's getting cold here. Winter is coming, guys. Winter is coming. They're gonna need jackets. They're gonna need all these things. Okay. I wish that I could like start something where, you know, if you want to send, you know, children's jackets and coats or whatever, or toys or whatever. But it's like they have so many things, diapers and all of that, baby formula. They really need winter things as well. Anyway, they say, let's get back to Milton. Governor DeSantis said, you may have a window where it is safe, and you may have a window where it is not safe. So use today as your day to finalize and execute the plan that is going to protect you and your family. His warning comes after Tampa Mayor Jane Castor told CNN on Monday that residents will die if they do not evacuate Hurricane Milton. I had a cousin, she evacuated to back, I was about to say here, like I'm still in South Carolina. I'm from South Carolina, if y'all didn't know, but I live in North Carolina. but she went back to her mama. I just talked to my cousin and she was like, yeah, I'm good now. She's here, you know, because the traffic is crazy. The potential once-in-a-lifetime storm rapidly intensified from a Category 1 to a Category 5 hurricane on Monday, with sustained winds surpassing 180 miles per hour before slowing to a Category 4 on Tuesday. The National Hurricane Center has warned that Milton may regain strength, and yes, y'all, it did, and grow in size, posing even more danger as it is expected to make landfall in Florida by Wednesday evening or late. They're saying now Wednesday night and or Thursday morning. So President Biden approved an emergency declaration on Monday. The key points from this article is Hurricane Milton downgraded to a Category 4, but can regain strength. Well, it did. Florida potentially faces most damaging hurricane yet. Charting Hurricane Milton's path as it heads to Florida, how ocean heat acted as rocket fuel for Hurricane Milton. Let's see. Alligator Alley, a portion of the southwestern Interstate 75, is backed up as residents race to evacuate the area. This was a tweet that was sent out, and this is the picture that was sent out. Make sure you can see the picture. Let's see. Here it is. I can't even imagine. I remember when we had a hurricane coming in South Carolina. I can't remember which hurricane it was. And, you know, on, what is that, 77? They reversed the traffic. And this was like their first time reversing the traffic. Y'all, it was a whole hot mess. Okay. A whole hot mess. They've gotten better at it now, but this is like many, many years ago when they first started reversing traffic, coming from like people coming from Charleston, going into Columbia, or if they were going further up or whatever. So yeah, it's crazy. This is what it looks like from space. This thing is huge. And here's the other article, because that one didn't have much in it. Didn't have no meat to it. Let's see, where's the other one? Oh no, that might be it right there. No, that's the one I just did. I'm gonna get it together, y'all. It's been a long day. I'm gonna get it together. It's not that one. Here we go. Last one. I guess I'll play that video too. So as of 6:30 p.m., Channel 9 spoke with the certified, oh Lord, what am I reading? I need to get some help, Jesus. I don't want to read that. The winds were at 165, but the winds have increased, y'all. So that's at 5. I don't want to do the 5 o'clock. The updated track now shows Milton making landfall along the west coast of Florida early Thursday morning. It is then expected to track across central Florida overnight, Wednesday into Thursday. The threat of a major hurricane strike is likely for a portion of the west coast. Catastrophic storm surges. I heard they said 15 feet. Because the outside of the hospital, they were putting up the things that they had up when Helene came in, and those only go up to like, I think, 8 feet. So I don't know what they're going to do about that. The threat of a major hurricane strike is likely for a portion of West Coast. Catastrophic storm surges, hurricane force winds, and flooding rains are all likely. Well, we all know Florida streets flood when it rains regular. Milton will have significant impacts on Central Florida. Hurricane force winds over 74 miles per hour. Rainfall of 8 to 14 inches, and a few tornadoes are becoming likely. This is what it looks like. And there is your eye. The 4:30 update. Let's see. I don't want to see that. Disney Hollywood Studios closed. Magic Kingdom closed. Epcot closed. Disney Springs closed. I think the reason DeSantis said you may have a window to get out and you may not is because when the winds do get over a certain speed, and I'm not sure what that is, they will shut bridges down. Oh, here is the track. Let's see, it shows it right here at 2 a.m. in the morning at 125 miles per hour. I'm glad it's going back out and not swinging that left into this area here, because that's where my mama at. And my son's on the coast as well. Secure all outdoor items, full hurricane kit, flood zones, go bag. Y'all, if you haven't made a go bag, please make a go bag. If you don't know what's in a go bag, ask somebody. Watch a video. Get your go bag together. I can't say how important that is. And everybody in your house should have their own go bag, even your children. Like, you can make it fun for them so they're not scared or whatever. But everybody should have a go bag. All right, so I'm done. Let's see who over here. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That will go a long way. Okay. How many people in here? Did y'all hit the like button? How many people in here? Oh, wow. I got 176 people in here. I think at one point I had 180 in here. Hey, Marie, how are you? Hey, the resilient woman. Yeah, like I said, two things can be true, and that just applies to everything. The weather manipulation, also global warming, but definitely weather manipulation is up there 100% with me. Hey, Wins, how are you? Hey, Stephanie. Hey, Artsy. Hey, Spillman's in the house from Texas. Thank you so much. Who and what is Milton, right? The milkman. Connie, that's the milkman. Resilience is done on purpose. Lies, lies, lies. Hey, Judy. Thank you so much. Hey, Pam. How are you? I didn't know you were in here. How are you today? Hey, Lydia. Ooh, L. Jones, Grand Rising. Same to you, boo. She said 3697. Hey, girl. Hey, Tina. Hey, Serta. Hey, Stephanie, Jennifer. Black Knight. I live in Florida and see military vehicles bring water. Lots of utility trucks here. Yeah, they had to pull all of their trucks from North Carolina to go back to Florida yesterday. So, well, some might have went the day before, but I know I saw on the news that they did that yesterday as well. Hey, Mia, how are you? Dee says, hey, everyone, I'm in Florida. We're getting hit with a category 3 or a category, I don't know, 1 by Thursday. This storm came out of nowhere. Don't be scared. Definitely get into some prayer though. And try to stay as safe as you possibly can. But we all need to be stocking up. We need to be preparing. And I know we can't prepare for these kind of storms, category 5 and all this stuff, especially if a dam breaks or something like that. It's hard to prepare for that, but we have to do the best that we can do with what we have. And, you know, a lot of us are vexed on funds because we are costing, I don't know what. I mean, I bought a pack of, what did I buy yesterday? Breakfast sausage, because my daughter wanted some what I call crack dip. She wanted, well, it didn't smell bad or anything, but after I cooked it and I took a, like, this don't taste right. It tastes spoiled, but it did not have a spoiled smell to it. Needless to say, that didn't agree with me. It didn't request local RV business owners to make some arrangements for all victims impacted by Hurricane Milton. That would be doing too much, Ebony. But I did see a lot of RVs here, those ones that you rent, something across America. It might be RVs across America, but I can't remember if that's the name of the business. But it was like 3 or 4 of them going down I-40 West all day yesterday and today. They were going not down, but up I-40 West. Hey, Black Knight. Traffic is back up from South Carolina to Florida. That's good. That's good. Hey, Jennifer, Connie, FEMA has money. It's just the scams going on. Okay. Well, I know they got money. It's just who they want to give it to. I didn't say they were broke. I never said they were broke. I said they don't have money. And then further up, I said they do have money. So, which is it? Hey, Jennifer. Praying for all the family. Oh, praying for all the families. Yeah. Dorothy says can't trust the news media or the government. I feel like when you do watch the regular news, because I do watch the regular news sometimes, not all the time, but when I do watch it, I feel like I'm more informed because I'm finding news somewhere else. And then so when I watch them, I can kind of sift through it. KC, God bless the people. Yep. Thank you, John. I got to finish filling out my FEMA package for the flooding of my basement. The locals have no reason to make stuff up. I agree. But there are some that just want to be a part of, feel a part of something. And even if something is not happening in a certain area, they may ad lib and add to it to make it more horrific just to put themselves with it. You see what I'm saying? Like empathizing with the story and putting themselves in the story, even though they're not a part of the story. Just share what's happening. Don't make it up because it makes other people look like they're lying when they say stuff. Carol over here correcting my English. I'm sorry, I'm country. It can only be me. It's just like back in the day, I used to get in trouble for saying ain't when I was in school. And now ain't is in the dictionary. There we go. Yeah. Hey, Buzzcare. Yeah. I heard about that. that she had just sent money. I don't know if it's true to or not. At this point, with all the money they sent in, I believe it. Hey, Sunfire from Kentucky, how are you? That is true, because usually they just don't say anything, sweetie. I hope not, Sherry. I hope that they don't have to pay that back, because you'll never get it if it was me. Oh, Stephanie's replying. Yeah. I'm trying to get in touch with this guy that he goes up there. He stays up there for a while, and then, I mean, he lives up there, but his area was not as affected as other people. So he's been up there with his group of people, and they've been helping out a lot. So I'm trying to reach him so that I can give all of those toys that I had got from where that truck driver threw it out, and just give it to him to give to the kids. Because I knew that the sheriffs was saying they want people to donate like some suckers or whatever, because they're running into having to deal with children. Some of the children have lost their parents and they're just there. And then, you know, some haven't lost their parents, but they're still having to deal with the kids and just to, you know, make them feel better or whatever. And I'm like, okay, well, those toys would definitely help. I don't really have any girl toys in here, but maybe one or two things, but it's still some toys. So yeah, I don't know if I'm going to do a thing, because every year I do a giveaway at Christmas time to subscribers, gift cards. I don't know. I may take those funds and not do the giveaway this year, and take those funds and direct it in that direction. Everything that's happening is biblical. The sheep of the God shepherd. Yeah, it is. She said it is. Hey, Brenda. Hey, Dorothy. Hey, Rodora. I'm trying to go through these names that I need to get off. And if I miss you, hey, Ann. Charlie, if I miss you, definitely blame it on my eyes and blame it on my head, but don't blame it on my heart, because, you know, I love you, but God truly loves you more. Yes, he do. Is there a local place or station for you to get information? They have up there, they do have stations set up. I would love to go up there, and I'm so tempted to go up there, but I definitely would want to go in a 4-wheel drive if I did go up there. But my husband is like, don't go up there. Don't go up there. And I do feel like if you're going to go up there to help. Don't go up there to stand on the bridge and look down at people, you know, houses floating down the river or something like that, while you just, you know, it's crazy. Go to help. Go to help, or don't go at all. I was about to say something else. Go to help or go to hell. I didn't want to say that, but I just did. Anyway, don't get in the way of people who are helping. So y'all take care. Definitely pray for everyone, not just the people in North Carolina. I'm harping on North Carolina. I'm not from North Carolina, but I live here. Been here, 3 years now? Yeah, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I've been here 3 years, but my hometown is South Carolina, and I'm always gonna be a South Carolina girl, but I live in North Carolina now. So I'm definitely gonna rep for them and try to keep them out there the name North Carolina out there, because I know so many people are just going to be talking about this category 5, and I pray for everyone in Florida as well. We haven't come to Jesus moments. So if you haven't come to Jesus, you might want to think about doing that and getting yourself right with God. What is Mia talking about? We ain't having none of that up in the live now. If it's some foolishness, we ain't having that up in here. What is Mia talking about? I feel like I missed something. God, I hate to block somebody. I do. Because I love my views. And I always say, a view is a view. It don't matter if it's somebody, whatever. Everybody has their own opinion, but sometimes people just rude for no reason. But anyway, I'm going to go. I'll look back through them comments. If I have to block somebody for future reference, I will. So, y'all, I will see y'all tomorrow in another video. It may be a live. If it's a live, it's going to be later in the day like this, because I'll be busy in the daytime. Yeah, I got 3 channels and I'm doing a lot of other things too. So y'all take care, stay safe. Definitely. I do appreciate y'all being here. Okay. Especially this late. So, and keep your head on a swivel, because scammers are out there. They are out there, especially if you live in North Carolina, Florida, South, these areas that were hit. Scammers are out there and they're looking to get your information. Although it's very easy now with the way everything's getting hacked. Y'all have a good night. I love you, but God truly loves you more. He created only one you. Be the very best you that you can be. And when you are, go out and spread God's love. Peace, love, and light. Thanks for being here on Tommy Bites TV Homestead.